What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What are we doing here? We didn't do a screen capture yet. Dunk. Gotta do a screen capture, new screen recording. And go. Yep, like we're recording. You go away. You're doing great. You're recording. Everybody's recording. It's fantabulous. It's fantastic. All right, so where are we here? Oh, we are going to try to explain the rig using the miracle of screen capture and, putting me, picture in picture here in the video. Her. Anyway, first and foremost, definitely want to reiterate once more. This is how strongly I feel about Gig Performer. I'm raising my desk up to maximum height. Oh my God, it goes even higher than that. Hey, what's up? You're really high. Hey, what's up? Okay, you're way up there. All right. So, love Gig Performer. Mind blown. So powerful. Really incredible. I mean, I used Ableton, Bitwig, and Reaper. Built full rigs and all those multiple times. And Mainstage, but let's not even talk about that. Did I use anything else? No, couldn't use Logic. It only, couldn't use Logic. And then the other DAWs. Fruity Loops. Stuff like that. Hey, I used Cakewalk Pro Audio when it first came out in like 1991. I used Sequencer Plus Gold. Me and BT were using Sequencer Plus Gold back in the 80s, the 1980s. Incredible enough. All right. Incredibly enough. All right. So, first and foremost, we got a basic rig here, and I have the ability to switch my microphone over from talking, completely dry. And, well, actually, it's always getting recorded completely dry, but this turns on and off a mute. This turns on and off a mute that allows my voice to become processed by the effects. Oh, the fun you can have. Anyway. So I wanted to just go through how this rig is structured. Previously when I tried to explain it, I would wind up, deep in the wiring diagram, and it just never got anywhere, and it was silly. So I'm going to just explain it from the panels, and then we can look at the wiring diagram maybe later, maybe never, who knows. All right, so everything starts out with your sources, and interestingly, this is my guitar rig. And I do not have a guitar plugged into it as of right now. I am going to plug a pair of AX8s. They go sequentially in series, first one, then the other. And then into here, and then I'm going to use the MIDI port on the back of the Focusrite to send MIDI clock data to the two AX8s, and that's going to keep their loopers in sync and everything else, which will be really cool. Because then the delays inside Gig Performer and all the tempo-based stuff inside Gig Performer will all be aligned with all the looping stuff inside the AX8s, because the AX8s have really, really clever looper implementations. But anyway, this is my guitar rig, and my signal sources here are... Obviously, we have some delays. Let's get rid of those. And some reverb, get rid of that, and kill the tail. There we go. Okay. What is this? Why am I still hearing some reverb here? Always the risk you're going to hit the CC mode button on these little chord keyboards and put the thing into CC mode, and then no more notes. Fun. I'm actually going to break that button, I think, just so it can't be pressed. Anyway, turns out there was no reverb. It was Echo Boy Jr. So anyway, how is this rig set up? Well, we have signal sources, which are Piano Tech, and then that's a layering of 2 synths, Native Instruments FM8 and Rob Papin's Vector. They're just both, whatever the default patch was on both of them, I think. I might have picked a patch on the FM8, and then piano. And then this microphone here. Testing 1, 2. Doesn't really, testing 1, 2. So that's cool. So we have the microphone, which we can patch in at any time, and that's all seamless. We've got these keyboards, and we have 6 internet radio stations. And for each of these radio stations, we can control volume and pan, which is pretty sweet. Because then you can have this radio station here, and then you can have this radio station here. Too much music, not enough spoken word here on these. When you want to return these back to 0, back to the center, you just double click on them. Just pretty cool. And this, I only have it running through reverb right now, but you can do anything you want with it. So I could put it through here. I'm going to go through pitch shifted reverse. So now all 3 radio stations are layered in the center. Here, let me spread the 2 spoken words out. There you go. Excuse me, that's forward. But this is cool because this is forward, but this is I'm actually tied into a Native Instruments cycle delay here. And there's the pitch control. And the way a pitch control works on the cycle delay is it takes what's in the delay buffer and just plays it back at a faster or slower rate, and thereby altering the pitch. So now they're lower, right? They're not really loud enough here. It's starting to get really weird already, and I thought it was backward, but it's not. As you can see by the fact that the rev light is not lit up. Poink! Now it's backward. Everyone is the Beatles. So cool. Honestly. The Beatles would have died. Oh, wait, some are still alive. Hold on. And then reverse it again. Why not? Now it's forward. Now return the pitch back to 0. Double click. So it's the greatest thing ever. I could just interrupt whatever's going on with that tape stop plug-in. Excuse me, I'd like to say a few things. So what's going on there is that, okay, so signal flow, I should probably talk about that, is top to bottom, left to right. Pretty simple. Unless it's bottom to top, which is indicated by arrows. So my signal flows first. This is an H delay. You can always tell what it is based on what the name of the first button is. This is a spectral drone. This is a really cool plugin. This is an Echo Boy. This is a Valhalla Vintage Verb. This is a Native Instruments Psychic Delay, Valhalla Supermassive. I think this is a Valhalla Room. And then I have a bunch of different... So this is where it starts to get weird. And what happens is the effects chain goes up this way because these are effects that do not require tweaking. So over here, each one of these effects, as it goes, left to right along this chain, it's only the bottom switch that turns on and off the send to the effect. The next switch turns off the dry signal. So that's what gives me the ability to go no dry or to go, to go fully wet with the effects or to actually have tails when I kill the effects, right? So as you go across this grid, each vertical line is just one effect. So going up from here, this is the spectral drone. The only variation is you have a mute dry button. That's it. Echo Boy, you only get a feedback button and a tempo sync. Vintage Verb, you get decay and size, right? Psychic Delay, you get buttons killing the dry signal. You got reverse, and then you got pitch control. And then I accidentally put this up here, which doesn't belong. Gunk, gunk, bunk. So what's going on here is, as the signal is traveling left to right, it's only going through my standard rack space. This bottom here is the global rack space. I mean, the only processing going on there is the tape stop. But right here, it's getting reverberated, then reversed again. So if you're getting reverberated and then reversed, then the reverb is going to come before the regular signal. So then when it goes reverse again, it's going to be really weird sounding. So that's what we have here. Let me make the reverb bigger. Too big. Only reverb. Okay, so some questions. I mean, ones that I have. Why the latency? How come every time I press something, it takes a little bit of time for it to react? I was moving the pitch wheel and the pitch wasn't reacting till later. And that's because you've eliminated a lot of the dry signals. So it takes a long time for the oral effects of whatever you're doing to sort of filter through to your ears. So that's what's going on there. Anyway, so my rig is organized left to right, and then signal flows from here, to this Valhalla plate. I guess in the bottom half, I've changed up my convention and I stopped labeling. Well, whatever. We'll settle on something. But point is, effects travel left to right until they hit this column of vertical buttons. Then they go up. All right, so let's hear what this sounds like. La. La. So that's just reverb. And then reverb into some crazy... That's the trans amp, which is a... That's the trans amp. It's an emulation of, I think, a rat distortion or something like that, or the sans amp. I don't know.
It's pretty rockin'. It's pretty rockin'.
If you don't have reverb going into it beforehand,
then it's just a crazy wow.
Anyway, signal goes vertically, so you can hear it'll go from the distortion.
Wow.
That's a micro shift. That's the micro shift there. Then we go on to some H delays, which are the waves H delay, which we love because you can bend the time. Valhalla plate, Valhalla delay, Valhalla delay, which also responds very nicely to changing the delay time. Vintage verb. Is that the second one? It's a really low CPU, great sounding reverb, so put it in twice, I think. Another H delay. Another H delay. Another H delay. H delay. A straight up reverser. All it does is make my voice go backward. It makes your voice go backward. As you can see, as you can plainly see, difficult to imitate yourself. So now the signal exits here and then comes into this global rack space. So it just goes through, similar things. I mean, I have Although I've gotten way more of these vertical stacks here. Whereas here I have one stack of 4 and then just a blank stack waiting for me to fill it with 4 more effects. Here I have 5 stacks of 4. So there's 20 effects in these little stacks here, which are pretty cool, actually. Let's check them out.
Here's another distortion, which is great because I'm monitoring on headphones, and the feedback is insane. Here's the other distortion, much less. And this is the crazy distortion.
There's another one here, too.
Anyway, this is an amazing, really like throaty, crazy distortion, and if you put it then into one of these auto wahs, you get this insanity. You get this insanity, pretty cool.
These delays now, I couldn't not tweak these because these are emulations of the Echoplex by Cherry Audio. The Stardust delay. These are both, I have 2 of these in the rig, and they're really cool, and I love them. So I wanted to have them on immediate cutoff. So in case you started to, too many of these, just get rid of it. As opposed to any of these other delays where you have tails. Tails. I have tails. I have tails. I have tails. So, they're like, well, that's a stupid example because that's not really an echo. But hey. So while the echo's fading, you still have tails. But anyway, not the point. No tails over here. No tails over here. No tails over here. And the ability to add chorus and reverb to the echoes, which is really cool. And testing. Like Rosenstark's latest hit, testing my rig. Anyway, all right. Enough of you guys. But and then we also have these 2 guys here, ping pong delay and a straight up delay, and these both have their own. Sorry. So these are ping pong delay and then a straight delay, and they each have their own feedback control. But I'll maximize those, and then their timing knobs are linked together in Gig Performer. So check it out. Oh, that is so cool. Ever since Dark Side of the Moon. It's been totally fine to speak into a delay and say weird things in a vaguely British accent. All right, enough messing about. All right, so the signal continues on from there through vertically, so it goes through these different auto wahs, which I've set up, one of which I think I need to get rid of, probably this one. Now, certain things sound good. What do you want? So this is Primal Tap. This is Primal Tap. Primal Tap. This is Primal Tap. This is Primal Tap. This is Primal Tap. Test. I don't think there's a dry signal on that one. Got to fix it. There's another auto wah.
Can you really hear it? Wah.
Sometimes you need to add some distortion. A phaser. Another. Oh, we did that one already. Ping pong. And then a cross. So we got a shimmer verb. A shimmer verb. This is the shimmer verb. Obviously, that's cool. This is an Eventide Ultraverb, which is an amazing sounding reverb. Trying to get that famous Eventide ascending spaceship sound. Echo Boy Jr. Great thing about great thing about Gig Performer here is that you can have these widgets display what the underlying parameter values are in the plugin. It occurs to me I probably shouldn't be explaining it with the Echo Boy on. You can have these. The great thing about the Echo Boy is that you can have these parameters sort of bleed through. So this one is normal, wide, or ping pong, but then this one is all the different modes of the Echo Boy: Echoplex, Cheap Tape, Memory Man, Ambient. I mean, it's so cool that you can, from the inside of your playing rig, you can mess with these detailed settings on these plugins. Detailed settings on these plugins because they're so detailed. Detailed settings. Detailed. Anyway. Then we have an H delay 4. Sorry. God. Then we have H delay number 4, which I put into my rig. So here it is. Testing. Testing.
Testing.
Testing. Try that again. Hey. Hey. So you can see why we love that. And then we have 2 more stacks of 4 effects each. Eventide crystals. Eventide's Omnipressor, which is pretty cool because it really presses with a real like tubey kind of gritty sound. Ultraverb, another Eventide plugin. This is Ultraverb, another Eventide plugin. It's a tremolo. Distortion, little mini reverb, flanger. Had to really go crazy to get that to be super stereo. It's actually just split the signal left and right and send them to 2 different flangers is how I did it. So you can see you get a huge amount of stereo separation. Similar to the micro shift. Anyway. Another auto wah. 4 cycle delays in a row that all have the same controls as they did the previous 2 times. And then a looper, and then a filter. And then finally, tape stop. And now my phone is ringing. Hello? Hey, how are you? All right, great. And I can put it in my trophy case. All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. The auto repair guy is going to save the old part for me, so, why not put it in the trophy case? Thought it was mildly funny. I don't know. Anyway, where are we? Back to Earth here. So I have a couple of final effects, but that's it. I mean, only 50 effects. That's it. And these are just the effects inside the computer. My guitar rig itself has two, AX8s and a couple of other pedals, two pitch factors and a one of those, not a drop, the whammy ricochet, similar to the drop, both by Digitech. Num, 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 num. Now a subsidiary of Hyundai, if you can believe that. Digitech, Lexicon, Harman Music, basically bought by Hyundai. Cool, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my rig. Pretty excited about it. Gig Performer is bulletproof. The only way I was able to make it crash was by messing around with the Focusrite drivers and setting them askew. If you set the loop back control to dual mono instead of stereo, mayhem. It's crazy, but don't do that. I mean, why would you do that? Don't open. You only need to open the Focusrite control panel once, I think, for a 4i4. 4 ins, 4 outs. I mean, how much internal routing are you really doing inside the interface? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are doing all kinds of routing. But yeah, just avoid doing that, and you won't crash Gig Performer, at least as far as I can tell. So anyway, it's amazing. Anyway, it's amazing. Changed my whole life. So I'm still digesting it all, but wanted to give an explanation of what I was doing. So there you go. Enjoy.